Hi, my name is Kelsey Dean, and I am a clinical trials coordinator. And I have a video about how to use opt-out letters for recruitment for research studies. So the objective is, first we're going to talk about what kind of studies this might be a good fit for, and also to give you some templates and some tips on how to use these for your studies. So the best type of study to use this for is when you or your study team are trying to recruit out of a population that you don't normally have face-to-face interaction with. So that's most commonly when you are partnering with another clinic and you're trying to recruit those patients out of that clinic. So the best practice would be to have your study team there in clinic, approaching people while they're there for appointments, talking to them about the study face to face in real time. But that's not always feasible, or we have clinics spread around, or we just need to have another way of contacting them instead of being there for every appointment. Um, or your study may be relying on those providers to do referrals, and that is often a recruitment strategy that we use, but providers are very busy. Sometimes they miss people who are eligible, or just don't have time to talk with them about the study in their visit. So sending them a letter um, outside of their visit just to make sure you reach all of the people who might be eligible in that clinic may be a good option. So when using an opt-out letter, basically what it is um, a letter that comes from the patient's, a provider who is known to the patient. So that could be their primary care provider, or if they're from a specialty clinic, like a provider in that clinic or the clinic director. So what we have typically done is we will have a draft of a letter and send that to the provider and get the provider's buy-in. It's like, okay, we would like to send this letter to your patients. Is it okay if, this is what we send out, that we have your name and signature at the bottom of this letter, along with the PI. So it's coming from both the provider and the PI. Once the provider signs off, says it looks great, then the study team can actually be the one who mails out those letters. So it can kind of take the burden off of that clinic of trying to recruit for you. You're just getting their buy-in, getting the letter approved by them to send out to their patients. So that's one of the requirements, is just it can't come like a cold call from the study team. It has to be in partnership, sent by a provider known to the patient. And also a requirement of the opt-out letters is there has to be a option for the parent or the participant to opt out of being contacted. So typically we have a line in the letter that says, if you don't want to be contacted further about participating in the study, please just let us know and then we leave our phone number or email or whatever the way you would like for them to reach out to you. So I have a couple examples of opt-out letters. So this is one that we pulled from the Children's Mercy My IRB library tab, their website. It has different letters that we can use, but this one's been adapted to fit for our opt-out purposes. So basically, it is almost identical to probably the letters that you've used before for recruitment, where you talk about who the study's being done by, why you're contacting them, just saying we're contacting you because you're seen in this clinic, that you meet this criteria, or this is why we're doing the study. So all those typical things that you would put in. You could put in the cost, if there is a cost to participate, or if they get payments, you can add that in the letter. But the most important thing would be kind of this last part on this page and on the top of the second page is, if we have not heard from you in X number of weeks, we usually say, 1 to 2 weeks. Then a research team member will reach out to you to tell you more about the study to see if it's a good fit for you. And also it says, if you do not want to be contacted, please let me know by calling this number. And then at the bottom, you'd have the provider name of the clinic or whatever team you're working with, and then the PI's name. So this is an example we used for one of our multi-site studies where we had multiple different institutions working with us, and we got this template letter approved, and then each site could put in their site-specific details on who they would actually be the one to contact. So we simplified it a little bit. We didn't put all the details, but we just put in, we plan to contact you in the next few weeks to provide more details. If you don't want to be contacted, please let me know or anyone at our practice as soon as possible by calling us at this number. So that is those examples I will have links to in the comments of this video, or you can always reach out to myself at Kelsey or KM Dean at CMH.edu. My name is Kelsey Dean. If you're working on ISP-CTN study, that contacts Christina Foster, or if you're working at KUMC Pediatric Studies, Maggie is also a great resource. So just let me know if there's anything that you need or would be helpful to kind of walk through any of these things. So thank you so much, and thanks for watching.